Live from the NBD Production Studios, you're in the lab with your host, Joshua Diaz. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Good to be here. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Sabbath. It is good to be here. As always, I'm feeling better. Yeah, feeling better. Doing better. Thank you. Hi, Josh. Hope you're feeling better. I am. Somebody said Ernie's shells wanted by the FBI. What took them so long? And yeah. Frozen? What do you mean frozen, Kimberly? Who's frozen? I'm not frozen, am I? I don't feel frozen. I don't sound frozen. I don't look it. Did Veronica? No, it hasn't. It hasn't caught me. Not this time, at least. Not this time. But I got to tell you, while people come in, I'll tell you. So Otis has this new thing now where he propels himself like a torpedo at people who come through the door. And what he does is he'll be sitting there, and from a dead sleep, it's almost terrifying. What he does is somebody opens the door, and I mean, he shoots, boom, like a rocket ship. Or a flare. It's unprecedented. It doesn't make any sense. When he does it, I mean, literally he goes, you can hear the sound. And I'm going, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The little monster this big. Do you guys want to see him? Let me see if I can get, hold on. Let me get his handler in here, and then we'll get into what we need to get into. We'll get to work. But right now, let's see what let me call his handler. All right. He's usually locked, behind a fortress. Hold on here. Do this. All right, hold on. As we bring him in, and we are bringing him in, just hang tight while we do this. Here he's coming. I'll be here in a minute. Just hang still. Here he comes. Hey, buddy. Hey. What are you up to? Hey. Yep. Oh, what's going on, guy? Does he sleep? Oh, all right. It's fine. Whoa. Okay, that's enough. Stop it. You don't need to act that way. That's not nice. All right, I got you. Okay. Whoa. And okay, so here he is. That was intimidating, right? You better? I had to calm him down, guys. I had to tell him, you got to slow down, buddy. You got to slow down. He doesn't. Here, let's move this. I just hit you in the face with the microphone, son. I'm sorry, buddy. I know. It's upsetting. I got you. I don't know. What were you doing? He's being mean. That's my dog. Thank you again, Josh. Monkey. Sorry, I'm so glad I asked you to help. I am too. Glad to be helping. I'm not really. Every time I try to put him in front of the camera, he really fights it, and he's just not a very nice. Like he's not like I'm trying to make him a Hollywood dog, but he's really resisting. He's a rebellious youngster, and go ahead, talking to the mic. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Talk. Say something. Say sometimes at the end of the day, say it like this: I smell like pee, so my dad has to wash me with wipes. No, too far. Too much of your business out there. Did that upset you? You didn't want me telling our friends that? Yeah, he can shake and sit. That's about it. I mean, he's pretty like other than being cute, he's kind of useless. He looks all innocent. Yeah. What have you been getting into, dude? You don't like he doesn't smell like he doesn't smell as good as he should, and I bathe him all the time, and I use what? Oof. You're a little musty tonight, my friend. What are we gonna do? We're gonna have to do something. All right. Well, a stinking underbelly. My dog likes to roll in horse poo. Yeah. Otis probably will too. All right. I got to call his handler to come get him. It's not easy. He's a rebellious little thing. Hey, talking to the mic. Go ahead. Say something. Do it. No? All right. Hold on. Here comes his handler. Well, he's, now he's out of here. He's better. He's done. Man, he stinks. Who's his handler? It's a very, yeah, his handler lives with me. Yes, Mimi, his handler lives with me. That's funny. Yeah, he does actually. He's not a very good handler though, but he can move him back and forth, back and forth. Got him seen before, just put on for YouTube. For he does not stink, he smells delicious. You didn't smell him, did you? I smelled him. He didn't smell delicious. I've smelled things that are delicious before. He's not one of them. My Frenchies are stinky too. I got these puppy pad, like these puppy wipes or whatever. Every time I go to the pet store, I probably spend $100 in just accessories. Not even that doesn't include the food. So what happens is I see this and I go, oh, that would be great. And they're like little puppy wipes. They're called literally they're called baby or puppy puppy pad wipes. So I had to get him because he smells. And then when I do that, I look at the price and they're like, so it's just a pack it's about the size of disinfectant wipes. And they're like $20, of course, because, you need them if your dog smells like musty pee. And, so I get them. And then I go, oh, like there's a really cute toy. And so I get him that, and I get him this, that, and this. And he literally, and don't get mad at me for saying this. Don't get mad at me for saying cheap. No, cheap. There's not very many, but don't get mad at me for saying this. So I spend all this money on him at the pet store. He literally does nothing but terrorize me because he knows that there's nothing that I can do about him just in general. Thank you, Cisco for that. Yeah, there's just nothing. He knows, like, he looks at you and he goes, look, dude, I'm in the driver's seat here. I'm the one. It's almost like when a baseball team pays a free agent a lot of money and it's a guaranteed contract, and you have to stick with those. You have to stick with that player throughout the contract. And the contract here is a life contract. And I've already paid him his money, and now I have to pay for his maintenance. And he's in the driver's seat. He now owns the organization, and he uses his leverage every single way that he can. So he's the high-priced free agent. He's got an attitude. He's a diva. He's he thinks he's Michael Jordan on the Bulls, and he's not. He's more like Dennis Rodman would be. I would say he's more of a Dennis Rodman. He's a troublemaker, but entertaining. But that's just how I feel about the entire situation. And anyway, welcome to the lab. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. That was ridiculous. Sorry about that. Just wanted you guys to see little Dennis Rodman. 99 pink balloons. Otis says, Josh, I own you. There's no question in my mind that he thinks that. And he's a turd, but he's cute. Like all you guys always say, oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. Yeah, he's cute. All right. I'm not denying that he's cute. He is cute. But lions are cute too. You don't want to get close to a lion, do you? Elephants are cute. Rhinos, I've seen rhinos that were cute. You don't want to get close to a rhino. I've seen a lot of kangaroos. You ever seen a kangaroo? They're cute. Get near one, see what happens. Yeah, he knows it's weird too, because people used to always tell me all the time, they go, oh, her problem. They'll be talking about their cat. She's cute and she knows it, or he's cute and he knows it. And I go, you don't even know what you're talking about. That thing doesn't even care about like what's going on. And then I get Otis, and I literally say, like, he does it on purpose because he'll flap his little eyes at me and go, I didn't mean to tear up the couch, or I didn't mean to rip the beanbag, Dad. And I'll be like, oh, I love you. Oops. I mean, I gotta reel it in here. We're going through emotions. There's a lot of emotions going on right now. It's just a lot of emotions. And once again, welcome to the lab. I'm your host, Joshua Diaz. And, today we're going to switch gears a little bit, but in a weird way, because there was this case that was brought to my attention. I had heard a little bit of it, and I'm glad that it was. I started looking into I started looking into everything, and it is a night. There are so many parallels to missing kid or child cases. And let me just bring this up here. And I was sent, just the name and information a little bit, and I wanted to talk about Michael Vaughn a little bit, because these people are reaching out for help desperately. And I think as we need to get to work. Summer's case, I know, has hit an impasse. It is, going to go quiet here soon. Just because it's, unless there are any major breaks, and that's how these things work. But I think what happens is we get hyper focused on one thing, and then when that dies down, we become piranhas, and I hope that other people will pick up on this with me. I hope others will share this story, because this story is about a family who wants the help, who wants the coverage, who wants to find their missing child. And I've went through hours and hours of footage about this case, and the difference between this case and the Summer Wells case is obviously Michael's a 5-year-old boy. They go missing close to the same time. The father was home with Michael. The mother was at work. So that's flip-flopped. But that's just one of like many differences in this case. Now, I think when we're talking about this young man, there's so many different things to talk about here. But why don't we let me just introduce to what, if you don't know about this case, let me acquaint you a little bit.
Michael Vaughn has been reported missing since July 27th. Brandi was at her job that day, and Michael's father, Tyler Vaughn, was watching the kids. She was scheduled to work until 9 that night. She got a call at 7:04 p.m.
Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice, and I froze at the moment. My coworker saw me, and it's like, go. And I ran, I grabbed my purse, and I drove as fast as I could here.
Pulling into her neighborhood that night, she saw police and neighbors everywhere, shouting and searching for Michael.
It's a blur, because it was all so much, but there were people still out in the fields at 4 o'clock in the morning, community members, because we didn't leave outside for months.
Although Brandi describes Michael as a friendly and curious boy, she says he rarely wandered off outside by himself. And the few times he did, it was never farther than the end of their street.
The feeling was that he may have wandered, but I didn't believe that.
Today, what do you think?
I believe my son has been abducted. I believe somebody took him.
Not a second goes by Brandi does not think about Michael. Even those few moments she's enjoying time with her family or watching her other kids' activities at school, she said she feels some guilt.
There was some jokes made, and I got very emotional. And My beautiful daughter, Mama, it's okay not to live in sadness all the time. Like, she told me that she's like, it's not good for us to live in sadness all the time. And she's right. And she said, it's not that you're not thinking about him and we're not thinking about him, but we got to try, Mama. I said, okay.
While she tries to live in the present more, her desire to find Michael stays just as strong. She continues to ask everyone to continue to share Michael's story.
Because somebody has to know something. Somebody has to have seen something. And you just try to keep pushing forward.
And I will address this question, and please don't attack the question because it is a fair question possibly. But let me just address it, and I will address it as this episode goes along. Gold Stars is going to throw it out there. I have no idea why everyone is giving Monkey's parents a pass. Just because they say all the right things, we don't know. Why should they get a pass until we know what happened? Well, that's a fair point, and I'm going to answer your question. The reason is because there is actual concern. There is actual desperation. They're asking for help. She is a working mother still to this day, while looking for her son. She actually cares about what's going on. Now, I don't necessarily know if the parents have been cleared, but they work together with law enforcement closely. They're at the press conferences. They're hanging up posters. They're out there pleading for information for their child. The desperation to me is obvious. Okay. Now, I do want to let me see here. We should compare. Okay, so let's see. All right, so listen to this here.
So please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
Okay, then let's listen to this.
We actually hit harder on the questions for what happened that day. When did this happen? How long was it before this happened?
When you come home, when you first come home.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not going all the way back. I can't do this.
So listen,
Yeah,
they're trying to help. They're trying to help.
It's not helping me.
I know, but they might.
There's nothing more to remember.
Okay, so there's your answer why, we're getting why there's a little bit of a difference. This is a tale of two mothers. As you can see in the title, it is the Michael Vaughn case, a tale of two mothers. And I'll tell you why. Michael Vaughn's parents seem to be a little bit different than say Candace. Okay. Now, there are so many things when it comes to being a parent that there is no guide for what happens when a child goes missing, how you're supposed to act. This is Natalie Holloway's mother years after she goes missing.
I know in my heart that we are going to find Natalie.
Will you even let your mind entertain the possibility that you might not find her?
No, there again, that's not an option.
Okay, and then let's listen to Candace.
I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone.
She was just gone. And then so after all that, they get Candace on the biggest show on daytime cable and to plead for her daughter. And this is all that she comes up with.
We actually hit harder on the questions for what happened that day. When did this happen? How long was it before this happened?
When you come home, when you first come home.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not going all the way back. I can't do this.
It's okay. They're trying to help. They're trying to help.
It's not helping me.
I know, but they might.
There's nothing more to remember.
There's nothing more to remember. Michael Vaughn's mom.
So please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
Now, look, she's standing up with the police. She's begging and pleading, please, please, please help me. I haven't heard that from Candace. I certainly haven't heard it from Candace. I've even asked Don to plead for her. He says he's done pleading. Not that I really knew that he was pleading anyway. But if you want to hear a desperate plea, and if you want to assume the worst, and that's fine. I get it. There's a reason why she is viewed in a different light than Don and Candace. And over here, she gets the respect that she deserves until she doesn't deserve the respect. But this lady has done nothing but desperately search for her son.
So please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
Okay. And then we go ask Candace, what happened to Summer?
It makes no sense. The only thing that can come to my mind is that somebody snuck up there in that yard and took my baby girl.
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that?
From your perspective?
It happens all the time, all the way around the world.
I'm not questioning that it happens. I'm just asking you from your perspective and your property living up there as long as you have, Candace, right? What are the odds that happened?
I don't know.
Take a guess.
50-50.
Okay.
All right. So 50-50. 50-50. I don't mind. I didn't mind answering the question. I think it maybe is a fair question. But is it like, if you do any kind of research on this case, if you look into the Michael Vaughn case, you can tell that there is an enormous difference in how these two families are handling the disappearance of their child. It's not even close. From day one, it's not even close. And Michael Vaughn and his name and face need to be out there. It deserves it. He deserves it. The situation deserves it. And I apologize for not picking up on this case earlier. It deserves everything that we have. And I'm calling and hoping that other creators in this true crime community, and I say that term very loosely right now, let's get back to work and get this name out, because we blew Summer's case up. And that's how this case should be in our community as well. This is a case that deserves attention, that needs attention. There is a huge difference in the case, in my personal opinion. But guess what, guys? We have got to help the people that want to be helped. I don't care how many people, thank you so much, show up for my show. But the fact that people show up here means that they want to help, means that they're interested. So please share this video, share articles about this young man. There are people in here from the area. I've spoken briefly with the mother, and hopefully we can get her on and talk to her. And she can give us more, you know, she can tell you from her perspective what needs to happen, what we can do to help. And I know the very first way, the very first step to helping is to get this child and his face out there. He deserves it. And just like that one. Okay, well, okay, guys. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I'm sick of the mod happy wrenches timing me and others out for own thoughts, opinions, upside. Good night. I'm gonna ignore it, and I'm gonna move past it because I'm talking about a little boy that's missing. And I'm sorry your feelings got hurt. Maybe you'll come back. We can discuss it. But this is an important part of the show. And I don't feel that it's proper for you to try to railroad the show. It's disrespectful to a lot of different people. I get it. You're upset. But please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. We're talking about a little missing boy right now. Your frustration can wait. If it's that important for you to chat, I get it. Send me an email. We'll talk about it. But I got to tell you that if you want to make this about you, it's not going to be. And I'm going to move on. And if you send me an email, we'll talk about it. But I'm done with that. We're all adults here. Let's act like adults. That was unfortunate on your way out. But have a good night. Michael Vaughn. So if you have any information concerning Michael, please contact Fruitland Police Department Dispatch at 208-642-6006. The thought is that, I mean, they just don't know. They found nothing. They're working it. They're working the case, but as of now, they don't have anything. Okay. Allison Brooks, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Please remember I kind of feel like it's like I feel like this channel, this show is ours. Like everybody that's here, everybody that shows up, it's all of our show. And you guys are what makes the show what it is. And I feel, I'm not going to get into a mod debate because it's not about the mods, and it's not even about me. It's about Michael. It's not about the chat. It's not about any of that. I stand by my mods. They're some of the best here. We have some of the best subscribers and some of the best chats. And every now and then somebody feels slighted and they publicly take it out on the chat because the content really should be important here. The chat is very nice. It's good interaction. I love the chat. We've always had the best chat. We still have the best chat and the best mods. And I'm not even saying you were being disrespectful in your departure, but it's not necessary. It's just not necessary. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Talk to me about it later. And let's see.
We need every one of you.
Here is Michael Vaughn's mother again.
We need every one of you. I need you. I need your help to bring my baby home.
That coupled with.
So please, please, please help me. Please help me bring my baby home.
And I'll tell you, if I would have heard this lady say something like this,
we actually hit harder on the questions.
I think it would be a major problem.
When did this happen? How long was it before this happened?
When you come home, when you first come home.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not going all the way back. I can't do this.
So listen, they're trying to help. They're trying to help.
Right.
It's not helping me.
I know, but they might.
There's nothing more to remember.
Okay, so if this lady would have said that, I would be very critical of that, but she hasn't said anything of the sort. She seems like a very nice, loving, engaging mother who takes well care of her children. She has 3 others that she's having to look after and has. And also she works still while pleading for her little boy that's missing. I mean, if you can't see the differences, there's nothing there that I can show you. And I think that Michael is a very, very worthy cause. I know that if my 5-year-old was missing, I would be desperate about trying to find him. Look at the difference here, guys. There is a huge parallel. Let's drop talking about Dawn and Candace for a day, maybe just one, whatever. We can get back to it whenever, but let's just, let's try to help here. I mean, that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try my best. I want this case on the forefront of this channel as well, because it deserves just as much attention as Dawn and Candace's. And I'm so happy about that we are still working. We got work to do. There are people that need our help, and this community, that's what this is supposed to be for, helping, spreading awareness. And now if you look here on this endangered missing poster, he was last seen wearing a light blue Minecraft shirt and black boxer briefs with lime green stitching with size 11 flip-flop sandals, last seen around Southeast 9th Street in Fruitland, Idaho. This photo was taken 1 month prior to last seen. I mean, look at the young man. He is he's a beautiful young man, and I look into his eyes and I see somebody that needs our help in the worst way. Now, once again, if you do have any information, the number to call is 208-642-6006. Let me see. KP, thank you so much for that. Always appreciate that. New member, Amy King, welcome to the lab. As Cisco, thank you so much for your generosity towards this channel and supporting us. And Yes, there is. There's a video of him and his mom, making cookies and years. They just seem, look, man, I want to help Summer. I want to help Michael, the Cal City boys. We got work to do. There's people out there that need our help, that are desperate for people with some sort of platform, any kind of platform, to take up for them. And that's what this channel's really always been about, is that when we can help, we can do that. I would love to get the mother on here if she's willing. She doesn't have to be. Hold on 1 second now. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if I can get her. I wasn't expecting this, but hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hang with me, guys. Hang with me. I'm trying my best. Take it on the fly. Hold on. We're working on something right this second, but let me see if it's gonna happen. Anyway, once again, if you look here at little Michael, let's see here, make this bigger. So he is age 5, male, white male, 3'7", 50 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyed. And I really hope that we can get the support that we need. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to set something up. I don't know if it's happening or not. So 14. Six. All right. Okay, so we'll just continue until I don't know if that's a great question. I don't know if EchoSearch has searched for him. But once again, like Arkansas says here, anyone with information is urged to contact the Fruitland Police Department. Hold on here. Yes, they have. Sounds like EchoSearch has helped. Thank you, Luca, very much. 14. Okay, hold on. So I'm messaging with Brandi Neal at the moment. We're trying to get her in studio or on panel right now. So if you just bear with us, we're going to try to get her up here and she can answer some of the questions, and everybody will be polite and respectful because that is how we are here on the lab. Please be aware of this scam currently on here, mods. Yeah. So it might be a troll. It's not the previously. What do we got going on here? Da, 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 da. Yep. We are trying to. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, man. Look, if you guys need to do what you need to do, I always support you guys. So that's never been an issue. Let's see if Joshua several times. Thanks, Alicia. I'm in the middle of a show trying to. I don't even know what this is. Okay. Just give me a second. We're trying. Let's see what the chat's saying here. Yes, Monkey, let's get the word out. But wait to share this. I'm so glad Mom is going to come up. Yes, she seems like a sweet person and struggling there. Churches on the weekend. I'm going to ask that. Thank you, Linda. You did the right thing. Thank you for that. There's nothing to apologize for. But and it's literally like 2 or 3 people. So let's just not worry about it. Let's not make a big deal. It's all good. It is all good. Let me see how we're working over here. Yeah, I mean, the general public. What exactly can you do? Not a whole lot, but it's okay. And I'm not even worried about it. I've listened to Donna reading with Mom. Thank you for let's chat. We appreciate you. Absolutely. Take your time. We're not in a rush, Can handle it the way that we need to. 14. Let's listen to the account of that day while we are working this out.
Michael Vaughn has been reported missing since July 27th. Brandi was at her job that day, and Michael's father, Tyler Vaughn, was watching the kids. She was scheduled to work until 9 that night. She got a call at 7:04 p.m.
Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice, and I froze at the moment. My coworker saw me, and it's like, go. And I ran. I grabbed my purse, and I drove as fast as I could here.
Pulling into her neighborhood that night, she saw police and neighbors everywhere, shouting and searching for Michael.
It's a blur because it was all so much, but there were people still out in the fields at 4 o'clock in the morning, community members, because we didn't leave outside for months.
Although Brandi describes Michael as a friendly and curious boy, she says he rarely wandered off outside by himself. And the few times he did, it was never farther than the end of their street.
The feeling was that he may have wandered, but I didn't believe that.
Today, what do you think?
I believe my son has been abducted. I believe somebody took him.
Not a second goes by Brandi does not think about Michael. Even those few moments she's enjoying time with her family or watching her other kids' activities at school, she said she feels some guilt.
There was some jokes made, and I got very emotional. And my beautiful daughter, Mama, it's okay not to live in sadness all the time. Like, she told me that she's like, it's not good for us to live in sadness all the time. And she's right. And she said, it's not that you're not thinking about him, and we're not thinking about him, but we got to try, Mama. I said, okay.
While she tries to live in the present more, her desire to find Michael stays just as strong. She continues to ask everyone to continue to share Michael's story.
Because somebody has to know something. Somebody has to have seen something. And you just try to keep pushing forward.
And, just the heartfelt sincerity. And let me see. Still working on it. Live shows. This is what a live show is, people. This is this is a live show, and I love it. You never know exactly what's going to happen, but if the mother of Michael Vaughn wants to come up here, we're going to do whatever we can and try as hard as we can to get her on here, because it's important. It is very important. It certainly is. You know what? Sign the petition for Amber Alert for Michael. Let's see. I can't even imagine. Let's read some of the comments here. She's backstage waiting. Let me see. I don't think so, but let me see. I don't see anybody backstage. I wish I did. Or maybe. I'm not seeing anybody backstage. I'm just going to speak. I support you. Yes, Brandi. Let me see. She might Yes, but she might need to enter the studio. Back out, come back in. Okay, hold on. We don't even have to do it this way. Yeah, like I said, I'm looking backstage. There's just maybe I can refresh it. I don't not only for an Amber Alert. I don't think it's ever too late. Invite you again. This is gonna happen, guys. Trust me. Trust me. It's gonna happen. I never give up. There's a million different ways to skin a cat, which is really a terrible saying. I have dropped the link 100 times. She's got one. I sent it to her. Here, okay. Well, let's do this. Yeah, she's in the chat. Yeah, I know she's in the chat. I was messaging with her. We're speaking as well. But don't worry. We are going to make it happen. Watch. Let's see here. Yep, gotta love a live show. I certainly do. Yeah, let's just do this. Just trying. No, that's not working. We're gonna make this work somehow. Somehow we will make this work. Do-da, do-da. Somehow we will make this work. Oh, do-da day. Da-da-da-da. And I went home here. Spectre Gadget, Popeye 2. Oh, do-da day. Michael has so much unconditional love for that. I am happy. Great coverage by Otis. It's like that a year real one, Josh. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yep. And we do appreciate you being respectful. We always appreciate that. There's like a lot of pressure on her right now, but it's okay. It's all right. Oh, wait, I got her. Wait a minute. She's there. Hold on, guys. Hi. Welcome.
Hi, I'm
You're
sorry.
You're here.
I thought I figured it out, but my 15-year-old had to come
Hey,
do
we
everything.
appreciate it. That's all. It's great that you're here, and don't be sorry for anything. These are live shows. We do them all the time, and stuff like. I had a show just the other day where my co-host, who unfortunately lives in an Airstream, don't ask, he had to leave his Airstream and go to somebody's restaurant in town and hang out there while we finished the show. He actually had to lock the restaurant up. The guy like just left him there. It was ridiculous. But you know, so don't feel sorry. And my name is Josh, and this is my channel. I don't know, you know, I'm sure you're all brand new to this, but I've seen you on a few other channels. And you are the mother of Michael that we've been discussing here tonight. And somebody reached out to me just the other day saying, you know, that you had, you know, you're asking people to put Michael's story out there because it needs coverage, it needs momentum. How many months in are we now?
We are over 6 months. Today makes 201 days.
And which seems like an eternity when a child is missing, you know. I couldn't look, I've never had a child go missing before, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And everything that I've heard you talk about, you know, you just seem like such a loving, giving mother. And I'm really sorry that you're going through this, you and your family. It's something that nobody should have to go through. But here now at the lab, and we have other friends as well, you know, with really big channels. And we would like to put this case on the forefront and try our best to bring awareness to what's going on, because after a certain amount of time, it starts to feel overwhelming. Like, is anything ever going to happen? And I know you're feeling desperate. And that's why we're here. Can you just tell us a little bit about that day?
It was like a normal day. Tyler and I typically try to work opposite shifts. I had started a new job. I had been working straight through and working full-time hours, and he was working opposite, and we had a babysitter to kind of coincide with the hours that we would cross over. I had to be at work by 12:30 that morning, or mid-morning. Monkey didn't want me to go. But told him.
Where do you get the nickname Monkey from? Because it's such a cute nickname.
Oh, he could climb before he could walk or crawl. In my belly. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. If you have seen any videos or any mama knows, like, he literally was climbing. He hung from my rib cage, I want to honestly say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's an energetic boy.
He is an energetic. Yeah.
I've seen him at the video of him driving his little car, and then you guys making cookies, and it which makes this all the more heartfelt for me, because we've tried to help others before, and your pleas, your everything that you say, it just seems like every fiber of your existence is just trying to get this young man, your son, home. And I'm praying that that's going to happen for you and for him, because it is unfathomable. What do police, and if I ask you a question, please, if you can't answer it, I don't want to compromise anything. I don't want to, but is there a theory? I mean, from everything that I've heard, there's just doesn't seem to be a lot.
They are working on a lot of things, but Michael's been abducted.
Yeah. And is that a gut feeling, or is that something that you know more about that you can't share?
Both.
Okay. And we'll just move on from that. Thank you for answering that very tough question. And I know, look, this is a difficult position for you, talking about this every day, thinking about this every day, and I applaud you for just going and doing what you have to do, because this to me is all just so genuine. And I just got acquainted with your case probably a week ago. I started, digging into it. 100% acquainted, not like, I had heard about this case quite often, but I didn't really know the ins and outs. And then, so I started digging deep because I got an email from somebody, and that's when I said, well, of course I would love to, help in any way that I can. And the only way that I know really how to help is to use my platform to get Michael's face and name and information out there. And he says every kid is cute, but he's just a good looking little man. And was he into sports or anything? Yeah, he absolutely is. Was he into sports?
He likes football. He likes soccer. We have a game. It's called kick or catch. And playing with the football. I like a certain type of football. Tyler Wayne got Monkey a different type of football, because we're both different with how footballs are, I guess, in our but it's kick or catch, and we toss and he catch or kick. He's got a leg on him, that's for damn sure. He really does.
Well, see, that's where he can mix in the football and soccer. He could be a field goal kicker.
Oh, he is so good with he can stop the ball, like when we're playing soccer. He can stop the ball and go around, and it's amazing. Like, yeah,
the field goal kickers are often, they get paid a decent amount of money, and they don't have to take the punishment of all the other football players.
Right?
He can even play both. That way, Mom, when you show up to watch him play, you don't have to worry. I remember my grandma was just like, "No, you're not playing football. Football is too dangerous." And oh, wow. But I bet if I would have been a kicker, and by the way, I can't kick. I'm right-handed, left-footed. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Got it.
I would have been a kicker, but I just, Grandma ruined my chances of being a professional kicker. And so we go through this investigation's ongoing. It's fluid. You're constantly in contact with law enforcement, and I hope, like, I'll ask you a question. I just hope you don't take any offense to anything when I ask. Did they offer you guys a polygraph?
Yes.
Okay. And then you know, in another case that has been very, you know, talked about here on YouTube, they're the parents of this other little girl, Summer Wells. They haven't been cleared. What does law enforcement say about you guys?
That we have cooperated 100% fully. Every avenue that they've asked for, it's been open doors, open everything. There's nothing. All of our devices have been cloned. Everything, even our kids.
Yeah.
Even my ex-husband.
Sure.
Fully cooperative. Here is yes. Like,
That's, you know, obviously that speaks volumes. Sure. And I see you stand up there with the police during the press conferences, and that is very important. And I can't imagine how difficult that truly is. And you do so well composing. I know it's hard. I see you breathing deep when it's, but it is so important. And Michael needs you to do that, you know, because
I'm really bad about breathing. I don't breathe. I hold my breath a lot, and is
that something that started because of this, or did you have that also in the past and it maybe became a little worse?
No,
your stress level is unmatched. I mean, there's just nothing you can, there's nothing that anybody can say to you and tell you that it's not going to make you feel better until your son comes home. So
exactly.
did you have those kind of problems before, like where it was just an anxiousness, or no?
No.
Yeah. Right. And so, you know, that's a completely normal thing. You know, you're just trying to cope. And as people of my show know, like I can relate to certain aspects. I've never had a kid go missing, but I've had to deal with coping in my life as well with certain things. You know, I lost my mother at a young age due to a violent act. And so I was just a little boy when that happened. So I grew up, and talk about, you get like these weird little tics, or these, you know, when you feel like you're losing your breath and you're trying to catch it, and then it can turn into like a panic attack or whatever. You know, there's just a lot of emotion just going through you. And you're still currently working.
Yes.
I mean, it's just tough.
I'm not working much, honestly.
Sure.
Tyler is working full time. We were out of work for almost 3 months. It was about 2.5 months. I'm working part-time. He's working full-time. We have 4 children. Driver's ed, color guard, you name it, everything and anything, you know, just trying to.
Can you tell me a little bit about the difficulty? Because I mean, your life doesn't stop. Like you just said, you have other children in the home. Your husband works, you work, and you take care of the children. How difficult? I mean, there's just got to be some days where you just, you know, are at your wit's end. I can imagine, you know, you're such a strong person for even being able to pick yourself out of bed in the morning. And I applaud you for that, because I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that.
There are days I don't want to. I don't. I don't. And I have literally spent the past week in pure tears, especially the past 3 days. Yesterday made 200 days. 200 fucking days. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry for anything. You don't have to be sorry for that.
And I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm doing enough, or I'm trying to be present.
Well, we asked that question, and from everything that I know about this case, you're doing the absolute max that you can do. I mean, what more can you do? You're still pleading for your son. You're working, taking care of your kids at the same time. You show up to the press conferences. You put up flyers. It may feel as though you yourself may feel like, I wish there was more that I could do, and that's going to be a normal feeling for you. But from all outside appearances, I think that you are doing exactly what you need to do, exactly what needs to be done. And hopefully this case will end soon with Michael coming home. And that is what's most important, is that we just keep getting his name out there, following the updates, putting his face out there. This community, I'm telling you, this community is amazing, and they are some of the most helpful, to where, putting his name out there is everything. And you know that, because that's what you've pleaded for, coverage. You beg for it,
That's what we need. That's what we're asking. Like, please, just everyone see Michael's beautiful face. That's what we need. That's what he needs.
Do you feel like this case got kind of maybe pushed on to the side in the eyes of maybe media and things like that? Is that something
I do, because they're the speculation and drama. That's our son, our baby is missing. And, there's been a criminal investigation done. And because we're
I understand.
Every missing child deserves attention, but this is my baby. He's our son. He's my baby. And so no, I don't feel like he has gotten the attention he deserves. And there are a lot of people helping and trying, and I thank everyone that's doing that and continues and is helping now.
I actually agree with you that I don't feel like this case has gotten the attention that it has deserved either. And that's from somebody in the I say true crime community. I do a lot of different shows about a lot of different things, not necessarily just missing children or missing people, or we talk about a whole different slew of stuff. So the true crime community itself, this should be picked up on. And I have seen you on a couple others that have done this, and that's fantastic. But, We just got to get it out there, and it's gonna make it's gonna make a difference. I feel as though, and if we can do it in a respectful way, where it's just about finding your son, there's no stopping us. I really think that, and I apologize personally too, as somebody who runs a channel on you. I should have picked up on this case a long time ago, and I apologize for that. Can you tell me about the Amber Alert situation?
So there is a criteria. There are 6 suggested, that word. They're not mandatory. What are they called? Stipulations?
Yeah, basically, they call them certain criteria that has to. Are they saying that is it because of a vehicle that or what? I mean, what is it that doesn't meet their criteria?
Didn't.
Didn't meet their criteria. So, excuse me.
Sorry.
No.
I'm still learning all of this and figuring all of it out about the Amber Alert, but in Idaho, there are the 6 suggested criteria. Under 17 years of age, believed to be in imminent danger or death, known abductor or vehicle, has to be entered into the NCIC. And the last one has to, they have to be able to give like a physical description and what he was wearing, everything. So basically, Michael did not meet the known vehicle or abductor.
Yeah, how would they know that though? Like, how would they know that he wasn't put into a vehicle or,
They had no physical evidence. They had no witness on that at that time.
Yeah, it sounds like each state is different, but it's another one of those laws that.
Can I say horseshit?
Sure, you can say whatever you want.
I think that's bullshit.
Of course, look, because that goes out on it's a national data, national database, and it's put out for miles and miles and miles, and from what I read from the story is that he was reported missing around 6:30, but nothing was put out for a couple hours. No.
So no, Michael was reported missing after 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then there were 4 missing endangered persons reports that went out, and they go out via text message, email, landline, cell phone, but it's not an Amber Alert. You have to be signed up for this. And that one, the first one went out at 8:20 p.m.
Right.
And the lead detective was trying to get an Amber Alert for Michael.
And it was denied.
Yeah.
And right here, there's
comment. Apparently, because he didn't meet every single one of those suggested criteria.
That is something that needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed in a major way. And the comment here says the fact that he's 5 years old should be enough for an Amber Alert, and I agree with you 110% on that.
Yes, yes, ma'am. He's 5 years old.
Yeah. if a kid goes, like, this is how I view it. If a child goes missing, they're in imminent danger no matter what.
Right.
It doesn't matter. They're a child. They can't take care of themselves. So they go missing. Obviously, it's a serious situation. Could it be resolved quickly? Sure, it can, but that doesn't always happen. And I understand, you can't, like, you cannot do it right away, because he could have went here, he could have went there, da 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 da. But after 30 minutes or so, you're going, okay, man, we're not finding anything. We got to expand this thing. And these are laws that need to be looked at, and laws that need to be
an hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, you had the entire town, and like it literally looked like traffic in LA because of all of the cars and the people and just everywhere. Honestly, why?
Right.
So with EMTs and law enforcement, that
I'm taking a look just right here at these last two turns of the midline steps. You get a little tight up the
excuse me.
Oh, take your time. Take your time, Liz.
There are so many people, and he knows his name. Michael knows his name. Monkey. He knows. And
so if people were yelling for him, he would have came. Yeah, where you are it's a residential, right? I mean, there's neighbors and stuff like that.
Residential, rural. So
there's like 5,000 people in the town. It's not a very big town, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that far from Boise either.
It's about 50 miles, 55 miles.
Well, Boise's a major city. And so we have other cases that we talk about where abduction seems very unlikely in these situations, that the parents claim abduction. And the law enforcement in your town said the fact that there was nothing points towards the abduction theory. Now, I'm not talking about the conversation you have had. I'm talking about what's put out there in the public.
Right.
And for him, how long do you think it was before your husband had last contact with Michael and to when he went missing?
15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes max.
Okay. And so between 15, 20 minutes, he's like, okay, I haven't seen Michael. He's possibly wandered off. I can't find him. And that's when the yelling and the, hey, starts. The police are on the phone. How long did it take police? How long did it take them to get there?
Less than a minute, I want to say. 2 minutes. I mean, they're about a block and a half away from us, honestly.
Small town. You would think that if he had wandered off, you would have found him very easily.
Very quickly.
Right. So the abduction theory isn't so much a theory as, look,
probability.
Somebody moved this boy. The kids don't move that fast, like, especially when they get out and they're just not even. I think it's
he thinks he's the Flash, but like I said, he was in flip-flops and he had only been wearing them for 3 days. I just gotten them for him. He was just learning how to walk in flip-flops, and little kids don't walk in flip-flops. They scoot. So
You know, somebody said that praying for you, Brandi. Michael, please check Facebook. I've been trying. I'm sure you get a lot of messages and, you know, support.
I appreciate everyone. I'm right now. I'm trying to take care of my family and just.
And that's exactly what you're doing. And I
forgive
appreciate you even taking the time to come on here and talk about you know, your son, because it's just a tragic. It's just a tragic thing that these things go on, that you can't even let your kids wander outside a little bit, you know, without the fear of that happening, the fear of them going missing. And I see the desperation in you, and I can feel it just through the screen. And it's, you know, I mean, what are you going to do? It's authentic. It's raw. You know, it's not even this many months later. It only gets worse by the day. I'm guessing you just feel desperate, and that's why we're trying to help. And I thank you so much for coming up here. And I know talking about this stuff is upsetting. It just is.
It's hard, but I don't care how hard it is. Monkey's coming home. We need our baby, and he needs us. I know he's missing us. I know, I can feel it in my heart, and I know. So I need help.
Well,
so as hard as it is,
we can definitely help get this out there. And I'm going to pass this along to some of my other friends here on YouTube. And maybe, you know, we can have put this in the forefront, because it sounds like you guys are working on some, you know, that there are things that law enforcement want to know. They want I believe it's the identity of a car in the neighborhood. Is that still a thing? I can't believe it was the white vehicle. I can't remember.
the white Honda Pilot.
Yeah. Is that something that's still in play?
I believe they may have established that.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna say too much, but
but there are advances, right? I mean, there are things happening, and that's huge. Yes. And so if there's somebody out there that's watching this and it sparks their memory, or go, you know, that didn't look right, or I'm in this area just this far from where this child went missing, that could make all the difference in the world. And so that's why we do these things. And I just wanted to say thank you for coming on, and hopefully we can talk again. And I hope you felt respected and by everybody, and you know.
I haven't seen anything, so, but I thank you, Josh, and thank you for having me, and thank you for talking about Michael and bringing awareness to Monkey. And our number one goal is to bring our baby home. That's it. So I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
It's my pleasure. And anytime, you know, you need to come on, share information that you want to share, or, you know, just update on the case. And you know what, hopefully tomorrow we don't have to talk about this anymore. You know, maybe just very soon in the future, we won't even have to have this conversation. And then, you know,
we're going to all be celebrating
Chuck E. Cheese. I'll be there.
Oh.
You guys not have a Chuck E. Cheese?
We do in like farther away. Yeah. Probably 45 minutes.
I'm not allowed at Chuck E. Cheese anymore. When I was 12, I climbed up on the dinosaur that they had in there. And it had like this big net on it. I was being a monkey, you know, climbing the thing as well. And but that's here in my hometown. So I don't know if I'm banned from all.
Monkey doesn't like the mouse. When the band on the stage, he's
Yeah.
But the last time we went to Chuck E. Cheese, he got himself one of those cool airplanes that you put together, the styrofoam ones.
Yeah.
He won tickets. It was I can't remember which game it was, but yeah.
Can you imagine, like, why? First of all, the mouse is completely hideous and it's huge.
Yeah.
What makes mice cute is like they're kind of just little, and like rats are gross, you know, little mice. But I think it's because of the cheese that rats or mice like cheese. So,
No,
but it just
no.
it all seems weird, you know. It's a
He
bit
thinks
much.
it's really funny to scare mommy with fake mice, because mommy doesn't. I'll do snakes. I'll do,
Yeah.
you know, I can turn a wrench like no other. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to no hamsters, no gerbils, no rats, mice,
rodent.
I'm gone.
Yeah, I know.
So
I'm not a huge rodent guy myself, or reptile. I actually just
I like
despise them.
reptiles.
Oh, do you like snakes and stuff?
Yes, sir.
They scare me because,
Really?
like, yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole how like kind of creepy and crawly they are, and they kind of like I like dogs, you know.
I like dogs.
Yeah, but snakes and stuff, they seem like they're after you all the time. It's just they got their eyes on you. And
Oh no, ferrets.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they are the ones to get you, not snakes.
You've handled a ferret before?
Kind of, and I ran away.
Yeah, right. I would have too. Raccoons. You guys have raccoons around?
Yes, and I want one. We all want one as a pet. Well, me, Monkey, and Ben want one as a pet, but
I think in Texas you can have them as pets. I don't, but most places kind of discourage it. We have raccoons because I live up in the Pacific Northwest, and you know, the heavy redwoods and stuff. And so we have wildlife, and raccoons run through our neighborhood because we have kind of a green belt not far. And when these things fight, they get in fights in the middle of the road at night, and you can hear them. They sound literally like jaguars when they're fighting.
Yes,
it's a terrifying sound. But they are cute. Like when they wash their food. Have you seen them take the food and then rinse it in the bowl?
Yeah.
It's the best.
So I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, so I know all about raccoons. And we had lots and lots of them.
Yeah, they're invasive little turds, but like they're cute.
They're cute.
But we have skunks too. And actually the other day a skunk kicked the screen down like for the crawl space in my house, and it got under there and it sprayed. And it was a bad day and a half, maybe 2 days.
No.
It was terrible. But you know, the thing is, I can actually sleep still because it's happened so many times that my dogs get sprayed. I've been sprayed, that gets sprayed into the house. It still smells bad, but I can almost tolerate it now. It sucks.
You're going to have to get yourself like a tomato candle or a Febreze with tomato in it.
Yeah. What is it? Now it's vinegar, and vinegar smells horrible too. So you have
I'd rather deal with tomato.
Yeah, I guess I would too. It seems to work. I've had to do that with a dog that I had. One time she got sprayed so bad, her eyes, she couldn't even see, and she came running in the house. Her eyes were closed. She comes through the back door and she hits the back of our couch, almost knocks it over. I mean, I had to take her out front and start spraying her eyes with a hose because it was like she got pepper sprayed. It was terrible. I felt so bad for her. But anyway, I wanted to thank you for coming up and talking, and let's stay in touch, and we can, I will pass this along to more people, and hopefully we can just get more and more coverage for the young man, Michael, and you guys. Once again, it is a pleasure to meet you. Sorry for the circumstances, but it is nice to meet you.
Thank you, Josh. It was
All
really
right.
nice
Thank you.
meeting you.
Talk to you soon.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you
You
very
too.
much.
And there was Michael Vaughn's mother. My thoughts after talking to Brandi Neal only confirms what I have thought most of this time. And that this mother needs our help, that this boy needs our help. And thank you, Brandi, for coming up and discussing this with me. Yeah. I mean, it does, you know, when you speak to people that are in these situations, you know, sometimes you just take life for granted, and you take people for granted, and it's kind of humbling and puts you kind of in your place. It kind of just really, you know, the reason that I'm here, I can't speak for anybody else, but the reason that I'm here is to try and help. And hopefully this will help somewhat. And thank you, KP Bass, for that. No, you know, I really couldn't. You cannot picture not putting your baby to bed every night. I mean, that's a loving mother. What I'm seeing there, I'm seeing a really loving mother. Thank you guys so much for being here and the support. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you can become a member, great. If not, just being here means everything. You know, it's 10:15. You guys here on the West Coast, 1 a.m. on the East Coast, and God knows what time it is overseas. But I'm so glad that we did this tonight, and that she was so willing to come on, and I will have her on again, and we will discuss this case further. I don't like pushing people. You know, she's obviously upset, and I don't want to make her more upset, because it's the worst time of her life, and I want to respect that. But thank you so much for coming here and coming on. Thank you guys so much. And I'll catch you tomorrow, Lab and Friends at 7:30 after the Super Bowl. We will be on. And that should be a interesting time. And we'll just go over the best of what we've been doing the last week or two. Why don't you roll call on the way out? Thank you guys for being here. Go Bengals.